welcome to the Historic Train Museum. Come on in. In 1992, President George W. Bush, so George W. Bush Sr., came through on his historic whistle-top tour to do a speech right out behind the back of the Train Depot Museum. So here we have some pictures from the event. Some locals were involved, and we are very proud of the stop that he made here and the impact it had on locals. This is our switchboard. It's actually from Greenville, South Carolina. It was used from the 1960s to the early 1990s for the track that's behind the museum. So it actually starts in Atlanta and runs all the way up to Linwood, New Jersey, with Cornelia being right here in the center panel on the bottom. So this would help control the trains and make sure that they did not run into each other, cause wrecks, and make sure that they were all going the right direction. We have a lot of great hands-on exhibits here, such as our switch heaters, which we invite people to touch and play with. We also have our Cradle Toms, for lack of a better term. These would help people move rails around. And we also have our very special dome-top trunk, which we are still very lucky to have the original hangers too. And it came with an ironing board and an iron, so it was pretty unique. One of our many unique artifacts here at the museum are these old batteries. These were made as emergency batteries for if the power ever went out, and they are still used today by many people. And we are very lucky to have one that is unused and one that is used as well. We have many old photographs of local attractions here in the Cornelia Depot Museum. Some of our pictures include pictures from the Cliff House up in Tallulah Falls, as well as some of local rail lines coming through and their engines. Our double-sided desk is a cool feature of the museum. It shows how people would have worked here at the depot when it was still active. We have some old typewriters here, as well as a hands-free telephone, which once again is very hands-on here. We encourage people to pull it out and hang up the phone again. We also have a handmade wooden train, which is a replica of the Tallulah Falls Railroad, made with actual glass from the railroad cars themselves. All of this lifts up. You can see inside, all the doors open. And it is amazing that somebody made this by hand. This is one of the two cabooses that we have at the Cornelia Historic Train Depot Museum. And this one we actually let people on so they can walk and sort of get a taste for history. This is given to us by the Southern Railway. It is an X2680 caboose with a cupola, so people can go up into the top and look around and see how people would have ridden on the tracks. The tracks behind the Train Depot Museum are still active today, and if you're very lucky, you might be able to catch a train as it comes through town. We have people that stay out here and watch for trains every single day. It's a fantastic way to spend an afternoon. This is our big red apple statue. It is 5,200 pounds, and it's really the only big red apple you're going to find outside of New York City. We were given it in 1926 by the Norfolk Southern Railroad Company as a testament to local fortitude and resilience. In 1915, extension agents from the state came through and said we needed to diversify our crop structure and stop planting so much cotton. So they encouraged people in Cornelia to plant apples, peaches, pecans, and start raising cattle and chickens. In 1922, the boll weevil came through and devastated most of the South's cotton crops, killing 80% of local crops. But because we had apples already growing, we were able to persevere through the devastation and still maintain a healthy way of life up here. So come drop by the Cornelia Historic Train Depot Museum. We're free, we're open 7 days a week, and while you're here this summer, come check out our splash pad as well.